Good evening, people. It's Soulfire Sunday. Soulfire Sunday. And what a Soulfire day. I'm in the middle of my life, sweetheart. Don't growl at me. Yeah, I love you too. All right, go. Shoo.
Dad, do I show you my other tattoo?
No, I'm in the middle of my life. Thank you, though. Go.
Did
Shoo.
you get a belly button?
All right, anyways.
Look.
Cool. Nice.
Did you
Your
get a
paw
belly
prints.
button piercing?
No. I don't have any piercings.
All right, shoo.
You wanted a belly button.
Sorry about that, people. It's 9 o'clock, and everybody and their brother is wanting to try and come and talk to me at the same
I've
time.
been gone all day.
Yeah, well, you can wait until I'm done my live. So, anyways, peoples, today we're going to talk about your movement is becoming visible.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you know what?
Bye, Obet.
Bye, darling. I love you too.
Love you.
Love you too. And you know what? It's becoming visible because your private growth is becoming public impact. See, there's a moment in every person's life where the work you've been doing in silence starts speaking louder than anything you could say out loud. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because transformation refuses to stay hidden. See, it's the little things that you do that people take notice. And you know what? Tonight we're going to talk about that moment. We're going to talk about that moment when you start losing a pound a week. That moment when you start reading a book a day or a book a week. That moment when you stay an extra hour after work to try and work on that new project. That moment when you try and focus on making yourself just a little bit better. Because you know what? The everyday person, the normal person who doesn't post their progress every day, who doesn't announce their healing journey, who doesn't brag about their discipline, and they just quietly start choosing a better life, better habits, setting up better boundaries, hanging out with better people, maybe even having better conversations with people. You ever have a conversation with somebody where it was just like, wow, I really loved talking to that person. It was so exciting and so thrilling and so entertaining that you get one heck of a reaction. I'm not ticklish. But you are. But you know what? Hey, Alicia. What happens is slowly but surely people start noticing that. Regardless on if that everyday person wanted people to see it or not. Regardless if they never posted their progress. Because what happens is their tone changes. Their peace grows. Their patience expands. And their confidence gets sharpened. That whole energy shifts. You know, I'm in the middle of my life, sweetheart. Me loves you a long time, but you got to go. Thank you. Their whole energy shifts. And it's not because they became loud. It's because they became clearer. It's because they focused on the change.
Dada?
Yeah, babe. I'm in the middle of my life, sweetheart.
Is this a JoJo?
No, he's not here. So it's all mine now. Or they can be your suckers if you want them. I don't like suckers. But that bag is mine. All right, sorry about that. So who here actually has been working on yourself lately? I see you. Yeah, I see you too. You know, and you know what? You haven't making speeches about it. You didn't go live on it, did you? No. And so you're growing, right? You're growing and nobody's clapping for you. Well, here you go. Good job. Good job for announcing that you are actually working on yourself. Because a lot of people don't like admitting that they're trying. See, I remember years ago, I was at a church, and one of the guys told pastor how lovely the sermon was and how everything was and about how he's going to change his life. He's going to quit smoking right now. Have kids, they said. It'll be fun. Give me that bam, bam. Give me that bam, bam. Bam, 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 bam.
That's his house.
All right, go, shoot. Anyway, so he said that he's going to try to quit smoking right now, and the pastor's like all excited about it. He's like, come on, let's go, let's go. He grabs him by the arm and starts dragging him up to the front. He's like, wait, what are you doing? Well, we're going to take you up front. We're going to announce it to the congregation that you're going to quit smoking right now. It's like, no, don't do that. Then I really have to. And that's exactly it. A lot of us don't talk about what we want to do because then we really have to. Because then we feel like we have to. But you know what? The only person we have to tell is ourselves. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, before we go to bed, it's ourselves we are telling ourselves. And whether we lie to ourselves or not, that's another story altogether. And so, you know what? Your movement is becoming visible, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're finally aligned with who you were meant to be. And that's what's more important. Because see, have kids, they said, they'll be fun. See, people don't notice your goals. They notice your patterns. They notice the way you respond instead of reacting. They notice how you walk away from chaos. They notice how you don't get a blow up beater and attack your wannabe stepdaughter. I'm joking. Am I really? That's the question. But no. See, they notice the way you protect your peace, the way you choose discipline over distraction, the way you carry yourself with intention. That's visibility. That's not fame. That's not followers. That's not applause. That's all alignment. That's all you. 100% you. And you know what? People are noticing you now because of the consistency you create, the credibility that you hold by accomplishing the goals that you set forth for yourself. The energy you reveal. I mean, because you can't fake peace. You can't fake growth. You can't fake maturity. But that energy creates elevation. That energy creates momentum. That energy is what creates the visibility that people see. It's like a glow around you, like an aura. And people notice that about you. And then when you stop letting people treat you any kind of way, I'm not joking. Please stop. Thank you, darling. When you stop letting people treat you any kind of way, they adjust. See, you got to create those boundaries. Because boundaries create respect. And then there's healing. Healing changes your presence. You walk into rooms differently when you're not carrying old wounds, because we all have childhood trauma. We all suffered some sort of traumatic experience. I mean, I don't know about you, but I remember growing up, you better stop crying or I'll give you something to cry for. How many of you grew up with that? How many of you have heard that at least once in your life? You know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know? Or how many of you have heard of, like, I bet you won't do that again? Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that it happens. We all have that childhood trauma. Whether we've seen people get shot and killed in front of us, or we've been involved in car accidents, or we came in and saw our parents lying on the floor half dead. And that healing, or we've had other bad things happen to us growing up. What is unoriginal or reproduced content? What? It's just me and my logo. It's just me and my logo. What? So I technically got restricted. But it's just me and my logo. It's not even changing. It's not doing anything. It's just there. And it's just me. Hi, how are you? And my logo. And how is this I mean, can't get much more real than me. I mean, I can slice you know, I can prick my finger and show you blood that I'm a real human being and not AI. Not playing music. I just don't understand. Oh well. Anyways, I guess you guys will catch this on the recording side. Go to Spotify and check it out. But you know what? People walk into rooms differently when you're not carrying those old wounds. When you let go of that trauma, when you let go of that childhood trauma that you have going on, or the trauma of watching your house burn down, or that trauma of being fired or being laid off. And I will honestly say, this Wednesday I have got a special announcement. Heck, I might even go live tomorrow because I can't contain it so much. I'm doing everything I can to keep it all inside me right now, but wow. Oh, it's a wow Wednesday, that's for sure. It's definitely going to be a wow Wednesday. And let's see, today is the 28th. And so we got, let me take a look here at date and time. Look at my calendar. Wow Wednesday is July 1st. Wow. July 1st. What a great way to start to Wow Wednesday. That's going to be awesome. So Wow Wednesday is July 1st, huh? Excellent. And wait till you see what I got planned for that one. I really can't hold it in, but you know what? It's on my wall. Got some pretty pictures. Pretty pictures. Woo! All right, so see, I shared it with you. All right. You got to wait till Wednesday to hear the good news and the opportunities that are await for you. It's going to be amazing. Because you know what? Have you ever had someone say, you've seemed different? You know, somebody actually told me the other day that oh my God, I can't believe how much weight you lost. Well, yeah, I feel great. I'm not below 300 yet, but I'm trying. Oh man, am I trying? I'm like right there, right there. Which means that once I break that 300 mark, I'll be my lowest since I was in grammar school, since before 1990. Yeah, wow, huh? Neat, cool. Me and my unoriginal content, my logo I created, my banner that I created, and my unoriginal self. I mean, I'm all unoriginal. So you know what? Have you ever had somebody ask you what happened to you? Someone treat you with new respect without you demanding it? Because you know what? That's what happens when you make changes in your life. That's what happens when you stand up and you break the consistency barrier and you become more consistent, when you become more disciplined, when you focus on 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 creating that energy value that's inside of you, when you set up those boundaries so people stop treating you the way you don't like them treating you, when you heal from that childhood trauma, people start respecting you without ever demanding it. Because, see, visibility isn't about being loud, it's about being true to yourself. True to yourself at the end of the day. One of my most favorite quotes out there is a man is a success if he wakes up in the morning, goes to bed at night, and has accomplished everything he put his mind to throughout that day. And you know what? I'm going to change that around a little bit by saying a man is success, a person is success if they wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, being true to themselves. Being true to themselves that they accomplished what they set out to do that day. Being true to themselves about the goals and dreams that they have. Being consistent on working towards their dreams. Being consistent about working on their discipline. Being consistent about taking care of their own personal peace. You have to do what's best for you. And sometimes you have to let people go. Sometimes you have to set up those boundaries. Sometimes you have to try and create that energy level for yourself. Motivation's all nice and fine and dandy, but it's a fleeting moment. Motivation is just a feeling. Discipline is what keeps you going when you no longer feel that motivation. Do you realize I shouldn't say I sat. I did a triple R today. I went on a dream building session, looked at something really phenomenal, and I got all worked up. And I spent the rest of the afternoon, me, myself, and my AI, and my notepad. Oh, yeah, my notepad. Laid out the groundwork for something amazing. Something totally, entirely amazing. And yes, I'm going to announce it Wednesday. Because, well, it's Wow Wednesday. And that's going to be definitely a wow. Definitely a wow. And it's going to be awesome. And I'm going there tomorrow to try and take some pictures and videos. I might even go live. I don't know. You'll see, won't you? Because you know what? Visibility isn't about being loud, it's about being true. True to yourself and true to who you are, who you want to be. Because, see, you didn't go through all that stuff in your past just to stay hidden. You didn't survive all those storms to stay small. You didn't rebuild your life to stay dim. You didn't go to college to not work at where you want to work at. You didn't go to school to try and sit there and just, do nothing all day long. You've got dreams. You've got goals. This is your visible season, not because you want it, but because you earned it. See, you walked through so many different challenges in your past, from your childhood trauma to your teenage torture. And believe me on this one, if your teenage years was anything like mine, it was torturous. And we won't even touch 20s because, well, the 20s, yeah. 20s are just, yeah. And while we can go to the 30s, 30s were quite interesting. But you know what? I had that 10-year period where it was a year from hell, literally. The house fire, the Ford Explorer rolling, killing Bambi twice with my green Ford Focus, rear-ending a semi-truck almost dying, watching the house burn down with everything of mine inside of it. Yeah, all that stuff. All within a year. It was challenging. And you know what? We all have those challenges in our life. Whether it's we get lost, we get fired, we get into car accidents and we end up being broken for a couple of months, recovering, learning how to walk again. One of my closest friends, Tron, and was involved in a car accident. He had to learn how to re-walk again. Imagine being in your 30s and having to learn how to walk again. Yeah, brutal. Imagine being in your 30s and having somebody there to try and help wash your booty because you can't do it because your arms are in casts. And so every time you go to the bathroom doing number one or number two, somebody has to be there to wipe your booty. And you're still young, 30 something years old. Having to have somebody feed you, having somebody have to take care of you. One day you're trying and walking, running, and going up and down the streets like a goofball, enjoying life, and next day you're in a hospital bed, half dead, not able to wipe your own butt. Or if you're a guy, go in a bottle because your arms are in an attraction thing that you can't even move. Brutal, man. And then having to learn how to re-walk afterwards. See, we've all walked through something like that. We've all had to deal with our trauma. We've all had to deal with our challenges, our storms. Whether they're firestorms or ice storms, it doesn't matter. Whether you survived a house fire or a car wreck, it was still a challenge that you had to get through. And you know what? You got through it because you're here now. So you don't owe anyone anything. You get to stand in your growth without explaining anything. Don't shrink so other people can feel comfortable about being around you. Walk in your truth without apologizing. Protect your peace without the guilt because you know what? Your boundaries are not anything disrespectful. They're your self-respect. They're your stories. They're your trophies. They are your scars. They are your maps to your future. And those steps matter more than anybody else's. Because you always have to do what's best for you. And that's all that really matters. You didn't go through all that healing to stay hidden. Don't shrink. You didn't survive all that to stay small. Don't shrink. You're not rebuilding your life so you can keep a dim light bulb. Because this is it. This is your visible season. This is when you turn that light on. This is when you become that lighthouse in the middle of the bay, the shine, and say, look at me. I've risen. I've overcame the storms. And no matter what, you can do it. They can do it. Because your next chapters matter more than your past mistakes. You need to stop hiding. Stop shrinking. Stop dimming your light, because this is your visible season. July 1st is coming up. We are now officially on day 100, and I can't see. I still can't see. Come on, what day is this? 179 days live. Wow. Tomorrow's the day 180. 2 more days and it'll be half the year. 2 more days and we're going downhill. 2 more days we're sledding towards 2027. And you know what? That is an influence and a half. Because you're not just someone who decides to grow. You're someone who's becoming contagious. You're someone who people look up to. Whether you're neighbors, your kids, your family, your friends, all the challenges that you've gone through, all the storms you've overcame, all the pain and suffering you've overcame and you survived, you're a winner. True and true. So, on that note, your movement is becoming visible. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because you're finally becoming who you're meant to be. This week, you need to walk into this week with your head high, your shoulders back, and your spirit steady. Because you're stepping into visibility not for attention, but for assignment. Because you've withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people seen. Now it's time to win in a way that nobody can ignore. Because it's time to make your next move your loudest one yet. I believe in you. You need to believe in you. Have an excellent evening. Show fully present and bring the best to everything.